What happened to Zac Efron's face? He used to have this incredibly handsome, beautiful face, but now it looks so different. How did this happen? Did Zac really get plastic surgery, even though he says he didn't? In this video, we're going to talk about how Zac Efron's face was ruined after plastic surgery. We'll analyze the changes in his face and discuss the possibility of plastic surgery, breaking down how it impacted the face that so many people admired.
Good for you.
Yeah, it was just if that's the direction that it was going, it's maybe
If he
it's
was
time
going to get plastic surgery, he wouldn't get that. Come on.
No, it was funny. It sucked. I almost died, but we're good.
We all remember Zac Efron from his early films like High School Musical and 17 Again. Back then, his bright blue eyes and perfect smile made him a huge heartthrob and the crush of many girls. His face was practically flawless, something everyone admired. But now, things have changed. Many fans have been shocked by Zac's new look during interviews and events. On social media, people have been asking what happened to his face, and commenting on his noticeably fuller jawline. Some even described his face as huge and compared him to characters like Thanos from Avengers and Prince Farquaad from Shrek. This is a picture of Zac Efron when he was young. One of the first things that stands out is the noticeable gap between his two front teeth, known as the central incisors. This gap, often referred to as a diastema, is something that many people choose to fix for both aesthetic and functional reasons. If we compare this to a more recent picture, it's clear that Zac addressed this issue. His smile now looks nearly perfect, with teeth that are not only straight but also white and bright. It's likely that Zac opted for veneers, braces, or possibly even a combination of treatments to close the gap and enhance his overall dental health. Veneers are a popular choice among celebrities because they provide a quick way to achieve that flawless Hollywood smile. They can correct gaps, improve tooth shape, and give that bright white color that we see in Zac's current smile. Braces, on the other hand, might have been used to straighten his teeth and align his bite, ensuring both function and appearance were addressed. Moving on to his eyebrows, when Zac was younger, he had thick arching eyebrows that naturally curved at the ends. These arching eyebrows gave him a more youthful and approachable look, which was part of his charm during his early career. However, if we take a look at a more recent picture, we can see a significant change in the shape of his eyebrows. They have become straighter and more horizontal, which is a trend that many men follow to achieve a more masculine and defined appearance. In addition to the change in shape, it's also noticeable that the distance between his eyebrows and his eyes has reduced. This shift could be the result of either natural aging or more deliberate cosmetic procedures. The reduced distance creates a more intense and assertive look, adding to the overall masculine transformation in his facial features. This transformation in his eyebrows could have been achieved through grooming techniques such as waxing, threading, or even more permanent solutions like microblading. The straighter shape of his eyebrows now gives him a stronger and more assertive look compared to the arched eyebrows of his youth. This change in his facial features aligns with the broader trend of Zac adopting a more mature and rugged image as he transitioned from a teen idol to an adult actor. In these two pictures of Zac Efron, one from 2004 and another from 2007, you can see significant changes in his nose that suggest a possible rhinoplasty. In the 2004 photo, Zac's nose has a soft and round appearance, particularly around the tip and the bridge. This softer look is characteristic of a more youthful and natural nose shape. The nasal bridge in this earlier image is wider, creating a less defined and more relaxed appearance. The overall effect is a nose that complements his youthful face, giving him a boyish charm that many fans found appealing during his early career. By 2007, Zac's nose has undergone noticeable changes. The nasal bridge, which was once broad and less distinct, has become much narrower. This narrowing of the nasal bridge is a common goal in rhinoplasty, as it helps to create a more refined and streamlined look. The new narrower bridge gives Zac's nose a sharper angular appearance, which contributes to a more mature and polished facial aesthetic. This change in the nasal bridge also enhances the overall structure of his face, making his features appear more chiseled and defined. The tip of Zac's nose has also been altered. In the 2004 image, the tip is rounded and slightly bulbous, which is typical of a natural unaltered nose. This rounded tip adds to the softness of his overall facial features. By 2007, the tip of his nose appears more pointed and sculpted. This transformation suggests that the tip was reshaped, likely through surgical intervention, to create a more refined and proportional look. The sharper tip enhances the symmetry of his face, contributing to a more balanced and aesthetically pleasing appearance. Zac Efron's hairline has also undergone noticeable changes over the years. If we compare two pictures of him, the difference is clear. In the first picture, his hairline is more horizontal and has a square shape, particularly around the frontal area. This is a common hairline shape for younger individuals and gives a very structured and defined look to the forehead. In a more recent picture, his hairline appears more rounded, especially around the corners. This change in the hairline shape could suggest that Zac may have had a hair transplant, particularly in the frontal temporal angles. These areas are often the first to show signs of hair loss as men age, leading to a receding hairline. Hair loss and a receding hairline are normal parts of aging, so it's possible that Zac decided to address these changes to maintain a youthful appearance. The more rounded hairline could be the result of procedures designed to restore or maintain hair density in areas where it was thinning. This subtle change helps keep his overall look consistent with the youthful, attractive image he's known for, even as he gets older. The changes in Zac Efron's face, particularly in his lower third, his jawline and chin, have been dramatic and have sparked a lot of discussion. When you look at recent pictures of Zac, his face doesn't have the natural appearance it once did, especially around his jawline and chin. So, what happened? In 2013, Zac suffered a serious jaw injury that he himself has talked about. He slipped while running in socks at home and hit his chin on the edge of a granite fountain. The impact was so severe that his jaw was left hanging off his face, and he had to undergo surgery to repair it. During his recovery, Zac mentioned that his jaw muscles, specifically the masseters, grew larger as they compensated for the injury. These muscles play a significant role in chewing and clenching, and their enlargement can significantly alter the appearance of the jawline. Over time, this change in muscle size contributed to the differences we see in his facial structure. As fans began to notice the changes in Zac's jawline and overall facial structure, rumors started circulating that he might have had plastic surgery. Zac has addressed these rumors, clarifying that the alterations in his appearance are mainly due to the aftermath of his jaw injury and not because of cosmetic procedures. Interestingly, he mentioned that he wasn't even aware of the speculation about plastic surgery until his mother asked him about it.
Broke my jaw.
I'm observing your jaw to see you had it wired shut and all that.
I did. I was like running through my house and I slipped and fell and hit my face. Actually, let me start over. This story starts kind of cool because I have a fountain in my house. That's kind of dope, right?
Oh, wow.
So, yes, I was running through and slipped on water and hit my chin on the fountain in my house. It's not a big fountain, but it's a fountain in my house.
Yeah.
And luckily my brother was there. I was like, oh, jeez, man. He's like, are you okay? And I go, I don't know, man. Am I okay? And he goes, no, you're not okay. And I go, he's like, we're going to the hospital. And I'm like, okay. Next thing I know, I'm like waking up. And
Did you get stitches and everything like that?
yeah, my jaw was wired shut and I couldn't talk.
How long was the jaw wired shut?
6 weeks.
However, there's something that doesn't quite add up when we look at the timeline of his appearance changes. The jaw injury occurred in November 2013, but if you compare photos of Zac from earlier that year, specifically in April and September 2013, you can already see noticeable changes in his jawline. His jaw had become more angular and sharper, which suggests that these alterations may have started even before the accident. This raises the possibility that Zac might have had fillers or some other cosmetic enhancements in his jaw area before the injury occurred. After the injury and subsequent surgery, Zac took some time out of the public eye. When he reappeared, his face looked great. By 2021, the transformation in his lower third was drastic, and it actually made his face look worse. His jawline had become much more prominent, with a significantly larger and wider appearance. The angles of his jaw, known as the gonial angles, were now much more pronounced, giving his jawline an exaggerated and almost overdone look. His chin had also elongated, making his entire face appear longer and broader. This change in proportions gave his face a more severe and less natural look, which many fans found shocking. There's also evidence that Zac might have had lip fillers. If you look closely at his lips in recent photos, they don't appear as natural as they once did. Additionally, there's something off about his smile. His left lower lip rises higher than his right when he smiles. This asymmetry could suggest that he suffered some injury to his left marginal mandibular nerve, which controls the movement of the lips. An injury to this nerve can cause an uneven smile, which could be the reason behind the difference in his smile now compared to before. In 2022, Zac's appearance changed once again, particularly in the area between his jaw and chin. If we compare this area to photos from 2021, there's a noticeable difference. The sharp angle that was present in 2021 had become smoother by 2022. This change suggests that Zac may have had fillers or implants again in this area to adjust the shape of his jawline. His nose seems to have changed again. The nasal bridge, which had become sharper in earlier years, appeared even more defined in 2022. There's also a visible scar on his nose, which might indicate that he underwent a second rhinoplasty to further refine the shape of his nose. Another noticeable change is in Zac's cheeks. His cheeks appear fuller and more prominent than they did in his earlier years, which could be the result of cheek fillers. The addition of volume to his cheeks might have been intended to give his face a more youthful and lifted appearance, but when combined with the other changes, It has contributed to an overall look that is quite different from the Zac Efron that fans remember. The combination of these various procedures, multiple chin and jaw implants, rhinoplasty, cheek fillers, and lip filler, has dramatically altered Zac's lower third and overall facial appearance. Unfortunately, instead of enhancing his natural good looks, this mix of plastic surgery seems to have detracted from the handsome face that made Zac Efron a heartthrob in the first place. It's often puzzling why someone with such a naturally attractive face would feel the need to undergo so many changes. But the end result has been a face that looks significantly different from the Zac Efron the world once knew and loved. Hollywood beauty standards and plastic surgery can lead to some surprising changes. To see how Jordan Barrett's face has transformed through cosmetic procedures, click on this video.